Yo, what's going on, everybody? T Reaper here, back again with another video. And today I'm going to be covering two subjects on this video, and I'm going to split it in half. Quick shout out to all my new and old subscribers. Shout out to Gaming Section Podcast, and of course shout out to nice little Next Gen 720. And as you might notice, I am using a different type of gameplay. I just got this Batman game on Sunday. Got it for 25 bucks. Pretty good deal, pretty good game. I already finished the main plot line, but you know, that's not really what I'm going to talk about in this video. So I have been requested to do this topic by a friend of mine, and I'm just going to give my quick personal opinion on this subject, and he wanted me to do a video on this subject in particular. So the subject is multiplayer games and actual, you know, custom maps and all that kind of shit in all multiplayer games, whether it be Call of Duty, Halo, you know, Battlefield. They need better map variety in both the way they make it and the size of the map and the mode that they're put in. So for example, if you're going to make a big team battle map or a large big team slayer map, you should want a map that is big enough to fit 16 people or 18 people, depending on the cap of the multiplayer, you know, in question. And if you're going to make a team slayer map, you want to make a map that's at least between 5 and 8 people, you know, depending on, you know, how big the teams are. Now, me personally, I agree with this theory, but I personally would not really want a map being shown over and over again. So I would not want to basically play the same map on both game modes. So if I was trying to play Team Slayer and I want to play a certain map, I want to make sure I get to play that map during one of my runs, not just this one map over and over again. And it doesn't matter what game mode it's in, whether it be a big team battle map or a regular Team Slayer map. I want to make sure that I get variety with my purchase. So if they're gonna put DLC maps, they should make sure you put in the DLC maps along with the regular maps eventually, so people don't keep voting for the same map over and over again. And that's one of the other issues that I have with multiplayer games, whether it be Call of Duty or Halo. They give all these varieties, but then you leave it up to the choice of the actual lobby to choose what map. And sometimes that's unfair to certain players, because certain maps are always picked by the the lobby because they like them the best. And even if they're maps that someone hasn't played yet, it's follow the masses and all that kind of shit. So my shout out to all those nice little Halo, Call of Duty map makers. If you're going to put in new maps, make sure they fit the scenario that you're gonna make them for. Make sure they fit them for Team Slayer, actual objective modes, but make sure you put in the option for the variety and the actual selection option. So if someone wants to play a certain map, they don't get the other map over 20 times in a row. So that's just what I gotta say. We should always be able to use variety in matchmaking and multiplayer, and not just one thing over and over again. So that's all I gotta say about it. And then in closing, I gotta talk about Quantum Break. It has been confirmed that it is going to be 720. Personally, I think that's absolutely bogus. But considering they say it's 720p, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. Keep in mind that's a 4 texture layer graphics and not 2 layer, so of course it looks a lot better. But I actually saw some gameplay, and as long as the game actually is going to play good and is actually going to be a good experience, I honestly would care less if it was 480. Just saying, But 720p, that looks like freaking true 1080p. I can buy that. Just don't all the people that are hating on it, don't judge the game before it's out. Don't judge it before you play it. I think that's all what Phil Spencer wants us to do. Make sure you play the game before decide to basically hate on it, or you basically want to troll it. Always play the game before you before you judge it. But that's all I gotta say. This is T Reaper. Thanks for watching. Later, guys.